Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. Today the sun is shining, the birds are chirping. It is quite a nice day. It is a nice morning when I am shooting this video. I thought I would break up the monotony of music and culture-based content and get back to doing yet another advice video. I've done a handful of these on this channel before. Let's talk about confidence, one's ability to believe in oneself. How do I believe in myself? How do I get confidence? How do I do it, Anthony? I don't feel very confident in myself. I don't believe in myself to do the things that I set out to do, that I want to do with my life, my goals, my aspirations, my dreams, etc., etc. Look, in my view, confidence and gaining the ability to believe in yourself is a process. It's a slow process. It requires a lot of effort and a lot of consistency and a lot of care. Getting and gaining confidence in yourself is sort of like putting a little tiny seed in the dirt, and you put the dirt over it gently, and you're watering it every day, and you're making sure it's getting sun, you're making sure that you're playing a classical music, and how exactly you apply that to your real life, how you manifest that in your real life, is that you give yourself a small, workable task. Envision something very doable, very simple, but also very important and pivotal that you need to achieve in your everyday life, something that you really care about, something that you're passionate about. Set yourself that goal. Focus on that one small thing that won't require you moving heaven and earth in order to accomplish it. And once you've done this, repeat this process. Move on to another thing and another thing and another thing. Gain the ability to focus on a task or accomplish something or self-improve. Do it so often and continue to do it that you give yourself over time a track record to look back on of, hey, I have reason to believe in myself. I have reason to be confident in myself because I have done and I have accomplished X and Y and Z. I feel comfortable doing A and B and C. Bit of a personal anecdote here. When I was in college, I took a television news class. I did almost horrible in the class. I barely passed the class. And there was one project that I did in particular in this television news class that got me fucking roasted by my professor. It was like a very bad final shot of a news piece that I had done, and I was like awkwardly walking toward the camera like I was the frickin' Frankenstein monster, and looked absolutely god-awful. Caused my professor and the entire class to laugh, and I had a bit of a rapport with him at this point, so it wasn't like he was bullying me or anything like that. It was definitely taken in stride. But after this, I was like, man, I am never touching a camera again for the rest of my life. I don't want to be on camera ever again. At the time, I had more aspirations to be in radio. However, after years of sort of pursuing that and doing radio for a while afterwards, at least in a minimal capacity, once it came time to, okay, I probably should try my hand at this YouTube thing if I want to try to make something of the needle drop in what I'm doing and so on and so forth. Once it came time to do that, I had already had experience working with cameras, doing television news stuff, at least in a classroom setting, but also being in a broadcasting setting. So I was more comfortable at that point with presenting myself, speaking my ideas, because I was doing it and I was around people who were doing it all the time. I had the opportunity to see other people apply that as well in their own work. So being around other people who had gained that experience and also giving myself the opportunity to gain a little bit as well, gave me the ability to just jump in front of a camera. And even though the first year or two of reviews on this channel, of course, speaking about the Needle Drop channel, not the Fantano channel here, were just like varying degrees of awkward and trash, that was certainly better and more important than doing nothing at all. So experience and accomplishments leads to confidence. I do, however, know that there are some people in the world that wake up in the morning and despite the fact that they've accomplished nothing and done nothing and they're total losers, they think, oh man, I'm that dude. And look, you don't want to be that dude, okay? Just confidence alone means absolutely nothing. You may be able to brag yourself into a few situations, but you actually have to know what you're doing. Another key factor of confidence, in my opinion, is be the type of person that if you were to come across that person at like a party or in a group conversation or something, that you would admire that person, that you would think, hey, that person's pretty cool. Whatever it is you think that person is doing with their own life to make them who and what they are, apply those same principles to yours. Okay, so now that we've covered becoming the type of person you admire, experience, accomplishments, let's also talk about treating yourself well and being understanding to yourself, because I think that's also a part of gaining confidence. When you embark on a journey of self-improvement, or you try to learn how to do something, gain experience, or hone a talent, you have to understand you're not going to be good at anything when you first start out, and failing and sucking and being horrible and looking stupid is a part of the process. And even though there are going to be points where you fall flat on your face, maybe even deep into the point where you feel like, hey, I actually have a pretty good handle of this right now and I know what I'm doing. Nope, life will throw you a curve and you will fuck up massively. But even when that happens, it does you no good to beat yourself down to the point where you are basically inactive, you are doing nothing, you are getting nothing done, you are accomplishing nothing, you are advancing in no way whatsoever. What's best is to learn from the experience and, again, understand that failure is going to be a part of the process. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. So being understanding with yourself, but also treating yourself well. And that does not mean spoiling yourself and da-da-da-da-da and this, that, and the other thing. Treat yourself the same way that you would something that you really care about, that you want to stay in mint condition, that you want to stay whole, not break. Feed yourself good food. Drink water instead of soda. Soda's piss. Take care of yourself physically. Maybe get a little active. Do some more walking or some light jogging or something. Make sure to get some adequate sleep. Don't expose yourself to too much social media because, I mean, it's fine in small doses, but it can really mess with your head. Try to plan activities with loved ones so you have a functional social life, and make sure that you're interacting with people that have your best interests at heart, not people who are leeching off of you and who are bad for you and enable your worst behaviors. But I'm kind of veering off now. To go down this road and talk about all of these issues in detail would be another video entirely. And we are talking primarily about confidence and how to gain it in yourself. And I think I have put everything I need to say about this issue down in this video. If you have any other additional comments or pieces of advice as far as how to gain confidence, throw them down in the comment section for anybody watching. And I hope that this video has helped people watching this video. One last thing I want to say is I know a lot of people in my audience are particularly young, in the young adult range, and as a result, a lot of you do sort of lack a lot of that life experience, a lot of that job experience. Maybe you lack confidence as a result of that. You haven't really gotten out there yet. You haven't crushed it. You haven't found what your purpose in the world is yet. But once you do, and you put in the effort to discover that and become great at that, believe me, the confidence will certainly come. And just make sure that once you've got it, don't allow it to fill your head with ego and crap and so on and so forth, okay? You're the best. Hopefully this video has done well by you guys. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Confidence Forever.